which one we're on. I think it's 7 or 8, perhaps. The situation at the end of the last session was that you were making your way through what's called the Dragon's Tongue, a complex web of tunnels that goes underneath the crater and eventually could lead you to Talabheim. At least that is what you are hoping and what you have been told. Your guide, unfortunately, just went down under an attack of Skaven, and so that's kind of where we left off this. You killed one of them, and 2 of them, the remaining 2, kind of scurried off rather than face you, and they appeared to be afraid of something behind them when they were coming. So that is right where we stopped. If you have not spent your 200 experience to gain a new something or other, you may do that now. Otherwise, I think we're ready to go, unless there's any questions.
Yeah, I'm just reading over the stuff right now, the skills.
All right, you can do it at any point. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
Okay, so let's move back to where we were. So, we literally stopped right as the third Skaven kind of ran off. And your guide Eladio is kind of lying in a pool of his own blood down there. He does not appear to be quite dead.
Yeah, Nikolai would immediately lean down and put his hands over the wound, trying to staunch the flow of blood as it's trickling through his fingers. He's like, anyone here, healer, we need healer.
He looks like he's confused and a little bit in shock.
Immediately try to comfort him while the others respond, I guess. Like, focus on me, eyes on me, Eladio.
His eyes are wide, and he kind of looks up in your face, and he says, Edward.
It's I, Nikolai. Hold on, focus.
This is where are we? The blood is not stopping. You've got your hand on it, and the blood is seeping all around your fingers.
I have no skill in healing, so
I do. I'm gonna try. So Lucius, seeing that their guide and perhaps the only person that could ever get them out of this hell that they're in, is gonna just sprint over, put his hammer to the side. Dwarf, keep pressure on the wound, and I'm just gonna try to start getting bandages out and try to just do a patch job to make sure he doesn't die immediately.
Okay.
Better hope I don't choke him out. I'm good with my hands.
You can try a heal check.
Put both hands around his neck, but firmly, but not enough to crush his windpipe.
Yeah, I'm about to say I'm a brawler now, so I might choke him out.
Ooh,
good roll.
Okay. You are slowing the flow of blood. You're really not sure if he's gonna make it.
While all this has happened, Francis is being sure to kind of remain at least somewhat vigilant, keeping his eyes peeled, looking left and right down these other 2 passages.
Okay. I will let you attempt a an awareness check.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Go
ahead.
ahead. What were we gonna say?
No, you can go ahead and resolve him. Then I'll jump in.
So, you hear off in the distance this way. It sounds like clanking metal, fairly far away.
Which way did you say again? Oh, no wonder I can't click combat my stupid.
Down to the south.
Okay. Okay, that's what I thought. And you see Francis begin to kind of nervously pace, and he's really kind of stretching his neck out and putting his ear out that way. He just kind of mutters back, well, I think maybe it'd be best if we press on soon, if at all possible.
Yes, certainly. Let me keep this one from dying first.
Eladio seems to have retained some amount of focus. Like his eyes look at you, Lucius, and you think he's somewhat lucid.
Eladio, can you speak? Can you hear me?
See, I hear you.
Listen.
Where are we? It's dark.
I'll try to carefully lean him forward and prop him against my knee. And be immediately inquiring. I'm like, which way do we need to go? Something is coming down passage.
And Francis kind of
looks at you with confusion.
We're in the dragon's tongue, Eladio. You know the way, we do not. If you want to live, we need to know where to go to get into the city. You understand?
Make a, let's see.
Intimidate.
If that's what you're trying to do.
Quick, buy some fish from him.
I'm gonna say, this is kind of interesting. Yeah.
Interrogation?
I would call it interrogation or intimidation, either one. You're trying to snap him to...
Well, I'll go with interrogation because I'm trained in that.
Mm-hmm.
I will probably use a reroll if this fails. I will definitely use a reroll.
Hold on, let me...
Solid.
There we go. You should be able to see now, my Medi. Yeah, not so good.
Yeah, I'm gonna Is it fate or fortune for this fate? Fortune.
It's fortune, yeah.
I will fortune that. I think everybody can agree that's a worthwhile fortune spend.
Yeah, go for it.
And I'll roll the same roll.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's just like dragon's tongue. No, it's yes, we must go.
Francis kind of speaks out. He goes, yeah, I think it would be best definitely to move. There's an awful cacophonous noise off this way. If at all possible, I think it would be best to maybe avoid going that way.
You can hear it getting closer. It's still echoing off the walls of the caverns and caves, but you're pretty sure it's multiple. It sounds like to you like a troop of soldiers.
Oh, beautiful.
No.
You're starting to pick up a cadence to it.
And you see Francis will turn back to him, and he's kind of sort of nervously tapping his hands together, like it's almost like a nervous clap. He's like, Yeah. So I think it would be best if we can move rather quickly, if possible. It sounds like maybe a small army coming this way.
Oh, fine. Quit your blabbering. Pick him up and let's go this way. Gestures towards.
Torin looks over at Francis. Why don't you go and check and find out for sure?
Because I value my life as much as I value that of our parties, and I think right now it'll be best if we just move together.
It'd be best for you, maybe.
Maybe
Enough.
You can hear them getting closer.
Let's go.
The rest of you can now actually hear it. It's
Yeah,
still a little ways off, but it's kind of hard to judge distance down here.
Torin reaches down and grabs Eladio's ankles, kind of puts him in his armpits, getting ready to heave him up, with somebody grabbing him under the shoulders, assumingly.
Nikolai quickly hunkers around and picks up Sobaka and clamps one of his hands around the dog's muzzle.
Hammer and begins to walk.
If anything, I can throw the dog at somebody.
Francis will go over to help pick up the Eladio.
Who has a torch? I don't.
I had one. Shit. Yeah, it's kind of hard to hold a dog and.
Just make the salt shake and carry it.
I'm gonna give it to them. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to the cripple.
Yeah.
Oh, you broke my salt line.
Yeah, he's abandoning his salt circle.
Oh god, they're gonna trace us with that fucking thing.
Lean down with a torch and try to light it.
They go this way. Great.
Someone here was making snacks.
Someone here was seasoning themselves for us.
Yeah, I'm gonna start marching my way with my hammer. Picked it up and.
All right. Doc, so yeah, he's just gonna follow along with you.
Doc will be a torch. Oh, that's right. He taped a torch to his staff.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Tape another one to it.
And it sounds like Torin and Nikolai are carrying Eladio. Or no, that's not true. Nikolai,
Francis.
you're carrying the dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Francis is okay.
Yep.
All right. Where are y'all headed?
Trying to see if Eladio can get any bearing before we go. It's like, we must get to safety. Which way? Which way?
He doesn't seem to quite know where he is. You can just tell he's still disoriented.
And which direction do the rats go? Due south?
They went
the way we're going.
They went this way. You guys came from this way, and the rats went that way.
And the clanking is there.
Yes.
So that's not happening.
All right. So you guys go down that tunnel.
Yeah.
Okay. How fast are you going?
As fast as the two fat ones can carry Eladio, I would imagine.
Pretty much. I mean, we're trying to move quickly because it's between getting where we need to go or being overran by whatever this is coming up behind us.
Okay. Yeah, you hear the trump 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 of metal clanging boots or some such on the floor. You guys move along, and you hear them stop.
Do you hear that?
So I am going to require a stealth check from everyone as you run along to see how quietly you are moving.
Oh shit. Okay.
Very nice.
Yep.
Ooh.
If everyone else succeeds, I'll re-roll it.
I don't think I'm gonna do so good.
Oh
my gosh!
Disgusting.
Cruel fate!
It's all right. You're not
Okay.
too loud. And I'm not
I
going to
should-
make Doc roll because he's not here.
I should probably re-roll mine.
Yeah, Francis's result to me sounds like he got to where he needed to go. Then he goes, "Do you think they heard us?" Silence.
Yeah, re-roll mine.
Yeah, it's more like, oh goodness, this guy, he's a lot heavier than he looks.
Yeah, I saw the huffing and wheezing. Yes.
So we're 5 minutes in. I'm gonna burn another fortune point.
Way to go, Ghost.
Oh my god.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, you're not very quiet. But fortunately, you are also in the lead, so you're the furthest away.
However, you're slightly more quiet than you were before, so that's a plus.
So yeah, you're moving along, and you hear some guttural voices, something like that, and then you hear tromping again.
Oh, that sounds like not us.
Yeah,
Men.
it's not you.
Not men.
Does it sound like it's coming this way?
As you move along, it does sound like it is keeping pace with you.
So as we're... This is a terrible idea. But as we're going along, is there any loose rock or anything like that, or any very narrow passageways that we're going through?
I will allow you an awareness check with +10. Not too hard to notice.
And Lucius will turn around. It's coming from his mind. He's got to slow these guys down and look back. Everyone, look around. For
Yeah,
loose rock.
as you're running along, you're also kind of stringing out a little bit because you're moving quickly, and it is possible that people will fall behind.
What's that supposed to mean?
That means
Oh my god!
yeah, you're just, I think, a little too distracted. You hear the noise behind you. It's, pitch black down here.
Isn't he also wounded? Isn't Ghost character wounded from the previous combat?
Not to give me any kind of penalty.
He was slightly wounded, but not too bad.
Yeah, I was just saying, pain in the injuries and
Yeah,
stuff
it
reflect
could be that.
bad roll.
Also, this tunnel that you're heading down now, you almost bump your head a couple times. Like it goes low, and you have to stoop over, and then it widens out again. This does not look like a major way that you've gone down.
Now, he said everyone look around, so can we all make this roll?
I'll let another one of you make it. Who would like to roll?
Does anybody have awareness?
Let's see.
Everybody has awareness. Who would like to try?
I've got one down.
I would say that the two people carrying Eladio are a little too busy to be doing that.
It's a good call.
Should be Nikolai.
And
What
we're
about
actually looking for what up the side passage.
Well, you're not sure. He just said keep your eyes open, or whatever he said.
Said to look for any kind of loose rock.
Yeah. About to say I was gonna nominate the dog. Otherwise. Yeah, there ain't.
Yeah. No, you're not having much luck. It's also, as you're moving along, it's hard to see if there's any actual side passages or whether it just widens out a little bit. So you haven't come across anything. So you've been going along a little while, and I will need each of you to attempt what's the toughness check. You're starting to get tired.
Not very toughness. Oh gosh.
All right, so Lucius and Francis
Oh my
and
God.
Nikolai. Yeah, you're all getting tired.
This might be it, boys.
Your peril is going to increase by 1.
So Torin is thinking this is kind of nonsense, and he's just trying to push forward as hard as he. Come on, let's get moving, and he's kind of like pushing Eladio, just forward as hard as he can.
Stop pushing. I mean, I can't move any faster. Maybe if you took the lead, maybe this will work better.
Am I going to drag him my entire self? Come on, fat man, knowing that I'm just as fat, if not fatter.
Yeah.
You're one to cast aspersions.
So you're either going to have to slow down, or you're going to keep probably getting tireder and tireder.
Being tired is better than being dead. I vote we go fast.
Okay. All right, and you're continuing to watch. You can do another awareness check. But this seems to go on interminably.
Unbelievable.
Ooh, and it's a critical. Okay.
Yes.
You come to you're about to actually run past a little side passage, but you catch it out of the corner of your eye, and it's very hard to see. But you stop for just a moment, partly to catch your breath and let the others catch up, but also to check it out, and it does look like it is another way that you could go.
Is there any way I might be able, as we're traveling, I know we're going pretty fast, but is there any way to maybe position a rock or leave a trail of breadcrumbs amongst the route?
Possibly, yeah.
Like stoop down, flip a rock over, flat side up, or something like that, or?
You'll do your best at that while you're keeping pace. You could fall behind if you do that too often, though. So are you
Better at least try to focus mental efforts on landmarks.
okay?
Rock
Then
formations,
why don't
like that.
you? Then I need you to make an awareness plus 20 to keep up and kind of notice these things in a timely fashion, so you don't get too far behind. Okay, so you're able to make a few little what you think will pass as landmarks later on, and
that's the dwarf in me. We're underground, and the last thing, it's just trying to isolate features in the tunnels. As I try, a three stalactite formation there on the right, therefore would be on the left on the way back.
You as a dwarf, you also have pretty decent sense of direction underground, so you'll get a bonus in any case. But yeah, that will help. All right, so Lucius, what do you want to do?
I will wait for everyone to all catch up so they can see this deviation in path.
Okay.
Let's try this way.
They do. They're a little strung out. They were starting to string out a little bit dangerously so. But everybody kind of bunches up, and you see everyone catching their breath.
Despite Nikolai's love for Sobica, he's starting to look at the animal more as a distraction.
Yeah,
whatever
and
is pursuing us than an actual asset.
It's not happy. I do need you to make an animal handle animal check as well, from all that running and trying to control him and make markings. Yeah, it's starting to whimper, and you can't keep your hand over its muzzle for long at certain points, and it does kind of yap a little bit. It seems very distressed.
This dog will be the death of us. Shut it up.
God, that's a rough call there. Because it is an animal, God knows what it'll do if I throw it on the ground. Could lead him right to us.
Could lead him away.
Well,
yeah, it looks like y'all. Does it look like the majority of y'all gonna go down the side passage?
well, you're catching up, and you're having trouble controlling the dog at this point. You've been running. You're out of breath yourself. It has already barked 2 or 3 times during that movement.
Nikolai furrows his brow, looks at the beast, grunts heavily, then he just spins around and he's like, says, "Fine then, Pooch Pooch, if you wish to get yourself cute, go then." And he just tosses him down there and says, "Go get them."
All right, make a handle animal check there to see if it does what you asked it to do. All right. It kind of looks at you and cocks its head to the side a little bit, and you keep kind of pointing down the tunnel and go get, and it finally kind of gives a little bark and goes running down the tunnel.
Right, and with a heavy guilt in my stomach starting to well, I'll quickly waddle my way up.
Yeah, I would like you to make a resolve test for me, please.
Let me look at my stats, because I have an ability that allows me to swap out Guile for Resolve. Guile's a 44, Resolve's a 43. Yeah, I'll use my crude sense of humor to...
What a bonus.
Yeah. Yeah, fear that 1%, so it's 1% lower than when I roll.
Yep. Yeah, you're feeling very guilty about this. And that is going to impair you further. You are quite distracted and upset by it. As you said, your conscience is quite guilty. You know the dog's probably gone for good. All right, Lucius, they're all together.
We're going to be taking this path instead. I feel it in my bones. This is the correct way. Any objections?
No objections, but we must move quickly. I fear that...
You still hear them, and now you hear Poochie going... and some yelling.
Okay, good, we're going. And I'm just gonna duck through and not even wait for their responses.
Yeah, Torrin is right at your heels. He's turned where he's backing up with Eladio, and he's just like yanking against the ankles as hard as he can to go as quickly as he can, pulling against Francis behind him.
Yeah, Nikolai will be the last to go. He's going to be turned facing the darkness, waiting for the inevitable high-pitched yellow.
Yeah.
And
You make an awareness check for me. This is a check you don't want to succeed at. Yeah, you can't help it. You hear it. Yeah, that's a hard factor.
Nikolai lets out an equally as disturbing oof, and he just gets really mad and melancholy afterwards, and he punches the wall. And he's basically vowing if they do have to engage these creatures, he's going to wring every single one of them's neck. And I'm willing if you want to dump a point to the chaotic side or whatever.
Yeah, that's definitely going to happen. So you're moving along this other passage, and you hear the troop moving along, and it sounds like it's getting closer. And then it sounds like it's moving further away.
Well, I think that's a good sign, right? They're leaving.
We're still lost.
Oh, yeah, quite right.
But yes, it is a bit better to be lost and not hunted.
Are you continuing to run along, or are you stopping?
We're gonna stop for a little bit now, since
Okay.
it appears the
Everyone
threat
can
is
catch
past.
their breath. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you guys set Eladio down. He is in rough shape. He has lost a lot of blood as you ran along, and his eyes again are looking unfocused, and he's just kind of moaning.
I think this one's dying.
Oh, really? Walks over and... Well, let's see if we can try to get something from him before he passes into Sigmar's light. Let's try to slap him a bit. Ladio, wake up! Hey!
You can use your interrogation technique. You will tell me what I want to know. Look at that. Right on the money. He does focus on you, but you can see he's in the torchlight. He's very pale, and you're quite sure he is not going to last much longer at all. And he says, "Oh, are we still in the tunnels?"
Yes, and we need to know where to go or we'll be here forever.
Yes, you must continue the way we were going. Shortly after that, you'll come to some caverns with fungi. You must cross the board. And you can see he's kind of spasming. And
We were headed south originally into the room, right?
Yeah. We're gonna
yes.
have to go back.
Any one of you can try to make an awareness check to have a sense of where he was heading when you entered that chamber.
Volunteers.
I'll do it. I've been rolling like a pro tonight, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Unless anyone has training in it.
I have
I've
one.
already volunteered. Fuck it. I'll
Yeah.
doom you all with me. Let's go.
Yeah, you're not entirely sure which direction he was going. I mean, you entered the room from what we'll call the north, although you're again not 100% sure what cardinal direction that was, but north on the map.
Torin looks around and is it damp in here? I can't tell. And he's kind of like looking around to see if he sees anything that would represent fungus or where fungus would grow. Fungi,
Not in here.
mushrooms.
And you can see, Lucius, that he has passed.
He's dead.
And with that, each of you can make a resolve plus 20 to avoid being stressed at the realization that you are lost down here.
Beautiful. Oh, did I make it?
Looks like it.
Yes.
You are some tough motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone made it. All right. You are energized by the fact this is an adventure.
You humans can die all you want. My dog, no.
Yeah. So. Yes. Let's see. Torin comes up with his pistol, and he also has a it's a nice dueling pistol, and he has a rapier that he never had a chance to pull out of his scabbard.
Yeah, Torin takes them both. Tucks the pistol into his belt and the rapier on the other side of his hip.
Does he have
Well,
torches? Didn't he say he was taking torches and stuff?
Very possibly.
Can't let this go to waste.
Yes,
He's
take
all-
everything of use.
He's also got a few balls and some gunpowder for the pistol.
He doesn't happen to have a compass or anything, does he? That would be tremendous.
No. It's not.
No, Francis, he does not have a compass.
A map would be even better. Check him for hidden items.
His brain.
Yeah.
Pick his brain.
You didn't see him referring to any maps or anything at any point during the journey. And searching through his pockets, you find coin if you're interested.
Of course.
The money.
Yeah, the money we paid him. No, that's right. That's right. The captain of the guard was supposed to come.
Yeah. You find what amounts to about 30 silver pieces.
Yeah, Torin's. Well, I can hold this for us until we get out.
And how?
You'll watch him pocket the little sack of coins, or add it to his own meager sack.
I'm fairly certain we're going to have to go back.
Francis, why don't you scout the way?
Not really much of a scout, I think, but guess I could try. I could do my best.
I think you should.
Well, I think maybe you should.
I said it first, so I think you should.
Well, we're a democratic party, so.
No, we're not. Were either of you scouts?
No.
I think he
Oh.
was.
Such a wonderful scout.
Andalf says we should at least get moving as soon as we can. I don't like being down here.
What question is do we go and continue west, or do we go back and go the way the patrol came?
At this point, are we really certain which way we came in entirely?
That
If we
patrol
were-
should be passed, shouldn't it? And cut behind them, go where they came from.
Those are my thoughts. I think we went the wrong way, but we did it to get away from the boots. Scratch.
These rat people too, they go this way. Perhaps that's the way they go leads back to their lair. We do not wish to do this.
No, that's a really good point. And Francis sort of strokes his chins a little bit, and he just he seems to be deep in thought for a moment, and well, I mean, I guess our only option really is we go back then. Yeah.
Yes, I think that is the best course. And then he would close Eladio's eyes. A few internal commencements for him to receive Sigmar's light. But
Yeah,
nothing substantial, and then get up.
Yeah, assuming he's clothed and garbed already, if he has a hooded cloak, try to reverse that, cover up his face.
Yes, he does.
Keep the locals from eating them as much as possible.
All right. He is dispensed with.
Lucius would take the lead. And, very well. Back from whence we came.
Split group in half, travel in small creeps. Two ahead, see that clear, rest follow behind quickly, but quietly.
Not too split. We're already lost. We don't need to get separated as well.
Yeah, and in some places it's only wide enough. One or two of you at most, really. The good news is that because you didn't find any side passages coming this way, you don't really have much of a chance of getting lost going back. You stick to the main tunnel, and I'm assuming you're taking a comfortable jog, not trying to run quickly, although if you want to run quickly, that's up to you.
No.
There's no reason.
The threat's not there for now.
So yes, you do eventually. So unfortunately, for Nikolai, you do pass the, you do pass some blood on the ground, which you assume belonged to old Poochie, but Poochie is not there.
Yeah, he's in somebody's dinner bag.
And you eventually find your way back to this chamber, and Andolph's little salt circle is still there, and the corpse of the rat man that that Nikolai kicked across the room is still there.
Definitely stop, lean down, dab 2 fingers in the blood, rub them against the thumb, just look real solemn.
That's it.
Yeah, the dog blood.
Yeah.
Shake my head and give 10 times as long, more of a pause for reverence towards the fallen animal than he did the god.
Yep.
Continue on. Glad to see the salt upon the ground. Thinking for once, maybe Andolph's maneuver actually did something good for a change.
Yeah, that is a good landmark.
Oh, good. I see salt on the ground. That's one way to tell we've been here.
Were there any rat droppings or anything on the ground? I'm assuming Skaven are.
Actually, that's a good question. Make an awareness plus 20.
Assuming if they truly are uncaring, nasty creatures like rats, they just crap as they went along.
Yes, and you can make an animal handling plus 20 as well. Definitely Skaven spore. And along the way, there's enough of it that you're certain that it wasn't just that small, the one or two that got away from you guys. That had to have been from the troop that just passed.
And Nikolai, being the uncaring manual laborer that he is, he doesn't better some squat down and pick up a little round pellet, smush it through his fingers and smell it. Some of the flakes get into his beard and stuff, and he just looking like spit it out and shrug his nose like this was I thought. Wretch, you always wretch. Damn Skaven.
Perhaps we should get going then.
Skaven. It was supposed to be a myth. And yet there they are.
Skaven is close to city, no wonder everybody gets sick.
They may very well be the ones doing it.
Nonetheless, we make it back to cave. We come in just north of Salt Circle. He says if we continue the way we came, it seemed like we would want to continue going that way, where two pudgies are.
Yes, if we go past this corpse this way, perhaps this is the correct direction. Fall in line, we will keep a comfortable pace, but listen closely for any armor or clanking. Do not wish to come into contact with whatever that was. I have a feeling it would not be good for us.
It makes sense that patrol, they keep borders safe near city, perhaps. Maybe they too try to find a way in.
Indeed. What sinister plots are these rat men up to?
Yep, this does seem to be a way. So you continue down this way for a little bit, and about probably 15 minutes later, yeah, you continue down that way. Second, let me get you guys. And you enter another. You enter an area where it starts to open out a little bit. And incidentally, the yellow arrow is not actually on there. That's just for you to let you know that it continues on that way.
Ah, okay. All right, everyone keep your eyes open for fungus.
Or rats.
That too.
Blow out the snot from both sides of my nostrils and try to use my sense of smell.
Excuse me, but, and he kind of nods forward.
Wait, shh. Am I meant to see that?
Yeah, same.
If you see it, you see it.
Rat men. Let us try to go the other way.
Which way? It's kind of like
This-
turns in a circle looking to see what ways.
This way.
Dude.
Hey, he's got that monitor near my bed.
Keep eyes to the rear in case they saw us. Oh no. Stop.
What do you see?
More of them. 4 this time.
Hmm?
I have an idea. It appears no matter which way we go, we will have to come into contact with one of these groups.
Are you sure? What about this way? And he kind of points.
God forbid we
This
in
way.
war and we in war and we all die.
I can't really see anything that way.
Be very careful.
Nikolai, you're very aware that the torchlight could easily give away your position as a tunnel person.
Yeah,
Can't see
he's-
without it though.
And it's a little hard to see without it. Yes, that's the downside.
yeah, we need to staunch the light. Too much draw attention.
Wait. More this way.
How many?
3? 4?
Alright. So we're going to fight them no matter which way we go. I suggest we have the upper hand.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely agree.
I can't tell how many. Don't know what they're doing.
Here's what I think.
The light, it flickers too much. You're going to draw attention.
Kill one of the lights.
Gandalf extinguishes his torch.
Listen, what we do is this. We all set up around this corner here. One person with the torch is the bait. We draw them through this corridor. We try to take them as quickly as possible, and then move forward before they draw more attention.
Yeah, but last time they fled. What happens if they flee? We just turn and run?
If they flee, we run through here. We're trying to pass. They're in our way. They will likely fight us.
Are they naked or do they wear armor? Others were scared of patrol. I assumed they patrol wear armor.
That was a little too hard to see that. You just saw movement and shadowy shapes that
Silhouettes.
swooped over, which you're assuming are Skaven, judging from your previous.
Torn pulls out that dueling pistol and nods back to Lucius. And shoot them when they come around the corner. And he begins to load it.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Are we afraid that maybe the guns will make too much noise? And, would it draw more behind us, perhaps?
It's a good point.
I'm only thinking that I would just assume not be flanked, is all.
Perhaps we push through fast and hard. Charge them, try to run through them. Keep going.
This is very tight quarters. I just don't want them to get caught. But we could use it to our advantage with their numbers. I will take the lead. We will try to bully our way through.
No subtlety then. And he kind of waves his pistol, wondering if you want him to use it or not.
Yes, two of you back me up with your guns. We're going to go in. We're going to use enough subtlety to get close. And then we wreak havoc. Nikolai, hold the back.
Before we press in, perhaps...
Dude, you got a lot of static coming in. I don't know if it's because of the monitor real close or every time you talk, there's a lot of static.
Is that any better?
Nope. Sounds
No.
the same.
Better now?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's roll with it before it gets bad. I suggest maybe we do a weapons check before we go running headlong into danger.
A weapons check? What are you checking?
Well, we have gunpowder in our weapons. It could go bad, or they might not be loaded, or perhaps it could be wet.
Lucius puts his hand on his head. Oh shit. No, we don't have time for weapons check, and he points behind them.
Let's see. Nikolai, make an awareness check for me.
Great.
Okay.
You're both terrible.
Let's see, Lucius. You try now.
God.
My God.
Oh, I saw him.
Okay, yes. He has not noticed you yet, apparently, but you just see a shadowy form moving over here while you guys are talking, and fortunately he has not yet looked in your direction, and if he does, he's bound to see you with that torchlight.
Nikolai! Just doing the pointing at the torch and doing the over my neck motion of cut the torch. Torch off.
I didn't have a torch because I was carrying a dog.
Oh,
Who does have a torch then?
I shouldn't have turned a weapon.
Oh.
Oh my god, this is horrible.
All right, I guess nobody has a torch.
Something touched my leg.
Fortunately for you, it just seems to keep on.
Relight the torch.
Whose torch?
Doc had one.
Yeah,
Okay.
turns the torch back.
Yeah, I think he's got a little thing he can do to just speak in the torch lights.
Snap his fingers.
Seems very Doc-like, doesn't it?
No. Weapons check. We go.
Okay, he does. Let's see.
Starlight, star bright.
Yeah.
Torin just looks at Lucius and like, you going? Let's get going then. before he wants to take a
Um,
whetstone out.
Nikolai, you make an awareness check for me as well, please, right now.
Please.
Nope.
Oh my god.
All right, so you're all bunching up here.
Yes, we're trying to push through.
You told me to guard the rear.
Yeah, with us, but yeah.
Okay. So you're going along. That's fine. You can all move slowly.
I am not a tactician.
Lean back, we're all doomed.
Look back, look back. By the way, we're all doomed.
Torin holds his hand out to Lucius and kind of grabs him by the front of the shirt and kind of peeks around this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
You can make an awareness check for me as well.
okay. Where's
Got a feeling a rat ogre's gonna be behind me. He's gonna, what are
Yeah,
you guys doing?
you see the shape. You see the kind of huddled shape there,
Mhm.
but you're not sure if that's an accurate count or not.
Yeah, he just points around. I think they're around the corner.
Weapons ready?
Pulls back the hammer on the pistol.
I will prepare and I will engage them in close combat. Do not shoot me.
And as you say that, you all hear a man behind you.
Damn it.
Oh shit! If I see it, I'm on it.
And like a rat squeak, very loudly behind you, not too far away from you, Anne. Yeah, you see the beady eyes, the two little red eyes right here at the limit of the torchlight. So let's get me some. Well, let's not do initiative just yet. What do you want? What do you want to do? What's your immediate response to that?
Upon hearing that, we've lost the element of surprise. Now we're fighting a defensive fight. So Lucius grabs Torin and tries to push him behind him. And, hold this ground for Sigma!
You can hear stirring in front of you as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna level my gun like towards in front of me, and the first thing that comes in front, I would shoot it. That would be my idea.
You hear man things.
Yeah, if the man things, the beady eyes were close enough to me to step forward and grab, I'd definitely try to.
It's not within reach. It's like right here. So what? So you're leveling your pistol. This looks like Lucius, you're just getting ready.
Yep.
Francis, you're heading back. And what about you, Nikolai? I'd say Doc starts making a chalk circle.
Salt.
It's a salt. It's salt.
Or salt circle. Yeah. He'll back up and start drawing some salt.
I'd make sure I'd have brass knuckles on my hand and grab my blackjack with the hand on it. That way I could use the blackjack or the brass knuckle.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, Francis is just readying his pistol.
Okay. You see a rat step out into the dim light there, and kind of they look at you.
If only we had
You-
a big
you
wheel
can-
of cheese.
You can see they have little spears. So, are you waiting for them to do something?
I think Torin's gonna shoot one.
I think
Okay,
I think
then-
he would. I think he would definitely shoot one.
Then let's do initiative.
Torin's ready to shoot one. Oh shit.
Tell me, Skaven,
For
do you
now.
feel lucky? Go slow initiative.
Is that everyone? Oh, let's do Doc as well.
The Salt Man.
Salt Captain.
He's so
Yeah.
salty.
I can just hear that instead of
Yeah.
Spoon Man, you got an Indian rain stick shaking it going, Soft Man!
Well, look at that. We've got Francis and Torin.
The Gun Boys.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, he's within 5 meters. So Francis is gonna draw his pistol, or have his pistol drawn on the Skaven back here, and
Mhm.
he will go ahead and fire off a shot.
Okay. That will be a -10 due to the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, what's your... Oh.
The
Boom.
damage would have been great.
Yeah. Bam. It goes sailing just a little bit too much to the left there, and you can hear it clink against the wall.
Hear that
Bounce
stereotypical
around.
old western.
Remember your action
Okay.
points and stuff. You could have technically aimed and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have helped in this game.
Nah, I don't
Yeah,
think
I
so.
would remember for the future.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I guess he's gonna go ahead and put his pistol. Well, he's gonna drop his pistol for now and just draw
Okay.
his knife.
3. Okay. That will be one action, and that leaves you with one action left.
Yep, for parry.
Yep. Okay. Torin.
So Torin aims over Lucius's shoulder, kind of putting his forearm on the shoulder to kind of steady his hand. So I'm aiming and shooting at the rat right in front of me.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your ears are going to be ringing.
Modifiers on that?
No, because there is some light out here.
Okay.
So, and they're pretty close.
And my aim gives me +10, is that correct?
Plus
Is
10 from the aim, yes.
that- Okay. Ah!
You fat guys have ruined
Ah.
my life.
And you, unfortunately, you do not have martial ranged skill. You're not skilled with pistols.
Mm-mm.
So, in any case, if you had hit, you would have to flip the 10s and 1 to see if you still hit.
Okay.
So nope, that also goes wide.
Yeah, he looks at the gun and just like pitches it on the ground, irritated, and draws the his sword.
Okay. The ratties. This one laughs a little bit and says, "Man thing Bashot," and runs forward. And he will attempt to stab you with his spear.
Man, get up off me.
You can parry. You have an action.
Mm-hmm. Now, you could parry or dodge.
Yep.
Or is it... Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Christ.
You wanna parry that.
Or parry or dodge, whichever is better, yeah.
It's up to you.
Are you really bad at
Actually,
dodging?
well, dodging is going to be at a -10 here because of the close quarters that you're in. It's very hard to dodge. Yeah, so you fail to parry. That will be 11 damage because he is holding it with 2 tiny fingers. So 11 damage against your damage threshold of 4 is that unfortunately is going to be 2 wounds.
Oh boy. Not looking good, guys.
Oh shoot, you were already seriously wounded before.
I was moderately wounded before.
Yeah, okay, you were moderately. Well, you are now grievously wounded.
I'm almost slain.
Spears are weak, no grievous injury.
Oh, and what? Oh.
Yeah, that just means it can't inflict a grievous injury in a single blow, but that only did 2. He was already wounded.
I was already not in good shape. And
So you are going to suffer a critical effect from that grievous wound. Let me see what that is going to be. Should have had this open. Oh, actually, I have the little page right here. Injuries grievous. Roll a percentile for me, sir, to see what unfortunate thing befalls you.
D100. Oh boy.
67. Mutilated nose.
okay, great.
Easy to get food in your mouth.
Until fully recuperated, you cannot smell as you are in pain. You must undergo a successful surgery or suffer the consequences. Once a mutilated nose has undergone a failed surgery, you permanently must flip the results to fail all skill tests which rely on smell and taste.
I'll never love food again.
So
no more honey cakes for you.
I put that under my injuries.
Yes, his spear thrusts right into your face, and Francis screams out in pain.
Francis recoils a bit, clasping both of his hands up over his nose, and he just shrieks, "Ah! They stabbed me in my face!"
And the little rat thing laughs. It's having a fine time. Next is this one rushes in with confidence and attacks Lucius. Lucius, you certainly can parry, or you can dodge with a -10 if you would prefer.
I'll eat the first one probably.
Ooh. Are you going to parry?
It cost me 1 to do it.
1 action, yep.
Called shots are 2, right?
It is.
Okay, so yeah, this is my 1 parry that I get. Nope. Waste of a point.
We're not very good at parrying.
We're not very good.
So that is that is one wound level. So you are now seriously wounded. You're already moderately wounded. So you have to roll for your serious injury.
Mutilated penis.
A 39.
Wasn't using it anyway.
Head trauma. You get head trauma. Until fully recuperated, you cannot use special actions in combat.
Oh my.
What? Sorry, that was my Tourette's that came out.
So special actions, that's probably...
Special actions.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. I see what those are.
Okay.
Oh well. I can't inspire anyone. Sorry.
You can't. Well, you can't take aim.
I'm just doing cold shot. I know what Skaven do. It's cold shots the whole time. It's... Oh god.
All right. It is Doc's turn. He is going to... I'm going to say he was able to do his little magic circle and in time to get off his little cack-handed grasp. He points to that rat that just attacked you and intones.
Pretty good.
There he goes. Wait a second. No, he rolled an 81.
No, he rolled a 1.
Oh yeah, he rolled a 1. That's right. Oh, pretty good. Okay, so the rat is in the midst of laughing again, and it drops its little spear and looks suddenly very surprised at that.
And only doubles are considered critical.
That's right.
Okay.
All right, Lucius.
I'm gonna try to do a called shot against the one in front of me.
Okay, that is minus 20. But it cannot parry. Oh! Okay.
I don't know why I did martial melee, but yeah.
All right. Well, just roll your weapon then, and we'll count that as your roll. Oh my. All right. So that warren, it looks like it's about to parry with its spear, and the spear drops right out of its hands, and it's looking blankly at its empty hands for a moment, like what's that? And then you smack it with the warhammer, and it is crushed into oblivion.
By the power of Sigma! Smash it into pulp. Come take my life if you can.
All right. Who is next? Clan Rat 7. He's let me see. I'm gonna give him Yep. He goes running away. What does Nikolai do?
Is this thing within melee range?
Definitely.
Okay, yeah. Nikolai's seen Francis get stabbed in the face, and also knowing that rats killed Pooch Pooch, immediately snarls and lunges forth and tries to clock the thing in the side of the head with his brass knuckles.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not even going to make you use an action to move because it was so close.
Check my abilities. Okay.
Ooh, okay. Do you have any enhancements to the damage on that, or does that look correct to you?
No, that's correct.
Okay.
Actually, it adds my brawl bonus or combat bonus, but
Yeah,
I think
it's
brawl bonus is already fixed. Yeah.
Yep. I made sure that you had the best ones of those in there. So, okay. So that is that wounds it badly.
I will. Then basically he goes up and he punches, and as he's punching, he reaches out with his free arm, his left arm, and like does the drunken boxing style. He rolls the rat around and gets him in his left arm and starts initiating a chokehold.
Okay. I believe that is just one.
Wrestle him.
It's athletics.
Okay.
So have to make.
Does it have? I think it has to do in athletics as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's okay. I failed.
You failed. All right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna waste a fate point.
Yeah. Okay.
And I got 1 point left,
You
which
do.
I'll save.
All right. This one rushes over the body of its fallen comrade and attacks. It's going to have a penalty because it's the other one's sort of in the way for the moment.
If I got that choke hold on him, he'd be dead.
It missed. Okay. We are back to Francis. And I'm going to set everybody back.
Okay. Francis is going to take a called shot, stab at the Skaven in front of him. The one that
Okay.
Nikolai is grappling with, right?
Yep, that's a minus 20.
All right, and then I'm going to save one for a pair case.
Yep, okay. Nice. Yeah, that's gonna do it. It's done.
And
It was you saw its little face smiling when it dodged Nikolai's attempt to grab it, but he put himself right in position for you to nail it without it having any chance at defending itself. So it is gone.
yeah, so basically, yeah, Francis's eyes were kind of welled up with sort of the tears, and he sees his opening. He takes the stiletto and just stabs it right through the mouth.
I teach you to laugh at me, you bugger.
And then you realize your nose is excruciating pain.
Yeah.
Torin.
Is delaying such a thing in this? Is that is that like an action point?
I'd allow that. Yeah, it'll permanently move you down the.
That's fine.
time.
Lucius, let him in here. Stab him to death. He waits for Lucius to get out of the way.
Okay. Doc goes and he's gonna do his little graspy thing again. Oh, not this time. It didn't work that time. So, Torin, you're still waiting, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Lucius.
Lucius and get out of the way usually doesn't go together. Yeah. I mean, he's enraged. He was just stabbed in the head by one of these, I'm assuming, because of that head injury.
Yes.
No.
And it it had to clamber over the body of the one that just went down under your warhammer, so he's gonna have a penalty to his parry if he parries. I'm gonna say it
sounds like
still
a
in effect.
simple attack should be good enough here. I can't aim because of my headache, so
Right.
I will just try to smash him.
Okay. He will try to parry. Ooh.
Dirtbag.
But you got a critical, and that beats a success. So you actually do hit him. You hit the dirtbag, It is not enough to kill it, but it is enough to hurt it. And you still have 2 actions left.
I will hold them for parries.
Okay.
I need multiple parries for some reason.
Torin,
Is there any way I can get by Lucius?
you can try, but if you fumble, you are hitting Lucius, and you'll have a -20 to hit because Lucius is right in your way.
Is there any way I can move in there? Like past?
You could try an athletics against an athletics check, which will unbalance Lucius.
Yeah, he would do that. He gets frustrated that Lucius is not getting out of the way and kind of grabs him by the shoulder and kind of pulls him and tries to like slide beside
All
him.
right, let's have an athletics contest here.
Inter-party roll-off! Don't fall in the water.
Don't worry.
You both failed, and actually Lucius failed worse. So unfortunately, what ends up happening is Lucius slams into the wall, losing his actions, and Torin, you get through, but your attack is going to be at a -20 anyway, just because you're so badly off balance and jostled.
You fat idiot!
And I will try to aim and swing.
All right, that will be all your actions then.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you get +10 -20, which is -10 for you folks who have trouble with maths. Oh, that is a miss, and it was going to parry.
Yeah, so he tries to like he swings wildly, and the blade just clips the side of the cave wall and just like screams as the metal hits the rock.
All right, the clan rat tries to hit you.
Okay.
You have no parry left,
Mm-hmm.
and he is not at a penalty anymore. Oh, that is a hit. That is 1. You were moderately wounded. You are now seriously wounded. Man, you guys are in bad shape. Roll for your present.
D100, yeah.
Yep. Uh-oh. Torn shoulder. Whatever you are holding in your primary hand gains the ruined quality. Until fully recuperated, you start your turn with 2 less action points.
Oh.
You get 1 action point a turn now. And you have ruined your hammer, which kind of makes sense. Or your your sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, you smashed it into the wall, and it actually the tip of it broke off.
Yeah, he just looks at it and just and just kind of grunts as he's dismayed with what happened.
Yeah, Nikolai.
Shit, I can't get to him.
And the rat says, "Die!"
Oh, you can. You just have to roll some athletics checks.
Yeah, pull us both out of the way. We can't lose any more actions, so.
You can lose some more equipment. Or life. Life fucking can be lost as well.
Oh my god. Neither one of them's prone.
What do you want to do, Nikolai?
I can't get to him. Damn.
Not
This
really.
one's dead. This one's dead, right?
As far as you can tell, it's dead. It went down.
If I grabbed his spear and tried to throw, what would I be looking at?
God.
Oh, never mind. I don't have simple range. Never mind.
Well, anyone can try it.
Yeah, it's not worth the effort. If the skill was there, it would make sense, but I really want to knock that fucker out, but I gotta get to him to do it. I'm not injured. I don't want to
All right. It sounds like you were going to stand there being frustrated for a few minutes, or not minutes, but a few moments.
Yeah, I'll ready myself if anything comes running towards us.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, we already did Rat. How did he get up there again? Oh, I see. I went out of turn for him. All right, Francis.
So Francis, seeing that there is still one over here, and Lucius, you said he lost balance and went down. Yeah.
He lost balance and was slammed into the wall there.
I gotcha.
Make room for Torin to bull his way through.
Now, what kind of window is there looking over here, by the way?
Not a lot of a window. It depends on what you're trying to do.
Like throw a knife?
You could. I'd give that a -20 with the two people standing in your way.
What? And if it was a called shot?
That would be a -40.
Yeah. Ooh.
That would be a really tough call.
Yeah.
On the plus side, he almost certainly would not see it coming and couldn't even try to dodge.
All right.
So, you're
without the called shot.
Yes.
Gotcha. Shoot. I apologize now, you guys. I'm gonna throw this knife.
All right. Are you? Let's see. Are you aiming?
That's an extra action?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have actions left? You already.
I have.
You must.
It's a new round.
I didn't give you. Yeah, I didn't give you your action. So yes, you can aim.
So it would be a -10 then.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, guys, don't die.
It'd be a -30.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, he's not doing a cold shot.
Yeah, no, not a called shot.
No. He didn't need to do it. Okay. Fortunately, it doesn't hit either of them, but it does sail off into the darkness behind him somewhere.
So I still have 2 actions that I'm just gonna. So I can move up into here then, and then I'll just hold one.
Yeah, your nose is bleeding pretty badly too. It's like dripping down into your mouth, and dribbling down your chin. So delightful.
It's fine. I can't taste it.
Doc is gonna try again.
Gandalf needs to cat grasp one of y'all out of the way.
Dude, grab everyone's cack.
He's not having a good time. He missed.
Yeah.
He pizza when he should have French fried. All right, Lucius. Yeah, I didn't give everybody their actions back. Let me do that.
Torin's denying me the delivery of Sigmar's justice. He needs to get out of my way. So I'm gonna try to either boot him out of the way or just shoulder check him so I can get back to doing God's work.
All right, that'll be one action.
Okay.
First,
don't you only have one action a turn, Lucius?
Torin does, because he.
Yeah, that's me. That's
Torin's
me.
the one with the one action, right?
Yeah, my question, if we were seated at the table, would be this: can you attack the rat as is?
Probably not. Torin pushed me out of the way to get him.
You can. It'll be you both can get to him now, but you're in each other's way, so it'll be a -20 for each of you until somebody withdraws or.
Torin is so like his shoulder is in such bad pain that he probably would not.
Is it Torin?
Resist. Yeah, Torin.
Is his shoulder torn?
Yep. It's it's torn up.
I am torn shoulder.
I would boot him right out of the way and just move.
All right, so you're allowing yourself to be moved.
Yes.
All right, that'll be your action then. And so now, Lucius, that was one action, but you are now free and clear.
And I'm swinging for the fences. Standard attack. No called. I need to save for the parry.
All right, it will parry. That
There
is.
you go.
Oh, he does not do it. So you hit, and that's enough to take it down.
So I overhead swing over its head. Feel the righteous wrath of Sigma! Smash its head like a watermelon. Rat brain flies everywhere.
Yeah, Torrin's like grabbing his shoulder and looking at his broken sword. Oh, I'm hurt. I'm hurt.
Francis tears off a piece of his sleeve and goes,
You're hurt. I think my face is off. He stabbed me in my face.
You hear Andolph grumbling and like looking at his fingers, like, what is wrong with my fingers?
Yeah, Torrin turns around and looks at Francis, and like his eyes get wide as he's looking at his nose. Yeah. He just kind of backs away.
I'll reach down and grab the Skaven's spear and offer it to Torrin if he actually needs a weapon.
No, I got the rapier. He just shakes his head.
As the spear's kind of going across in front of him, Francis is kind of looking at the tip of it as if maybe his nose is still on there.
There is a little bit of you think you catch a little bit of flesh on the tip of the spear there. It may very well be yours.
His eyes are watering so hard he's not really sure what he's seeing, but he's kind of feeling for it anyway. And he peels it off and he starts to kind of try to stretch this little piece of flesh out and try to see if it fits on his face anywhere.
Enough of this! He's kicking around the bodies to make way. We had to move. One of them ran.
Okay. I need something to cover my face. I'm bleeding profusely.
God damn your face!
Well, what happens if I bleed on the ground and they follow?
Why don't you put a bag over your face?
It's not going to matter if they know we're already here. Bleed now. We will fix it later.
Supposing you're right, I guess. Hang on.
And he turns around and goes to pick up his rifle or his pistol from the ground. And Torrin, did you leave the other one over
I was just gonna say, as he's leaving, he reaches down and scoops it up, looks at it, and just tosses it into your belly.
Okay. Well, I don't really have time to look it over, nor the light, and my eyes are watering so bad. Doubt I can really tell what's up with this gun. So he just kind of bumbles forward.
And Dolph says, "Isn't this the way he went?"
Yes, we should go the opposite way.
Over there to the east.
Agreed.
Like another passage.
And this Torrin is walking he's taking his arm and it's like wrapped around his body as his shoulder is completely just ruined. Can't hold his arm out.
Yeah, you head down that way, and Wolfie, make an awareness check for me, please.
Oh my
very
God.
good. Yeah, as you guys are heading down, you again hear the tramp of boots. But they momentarily seem like they're getting closer, and then they're not getting closer. They're starting to move away, you think, as you move down this way.
I hear another patrol. Wait, everybody hold. After a moment of straining, he's like, I do not think it come this way. It sound like they near.
And what do you do?
I don't want to go the way that
Cry.
I don't want to go the way that the little guy went, because he definitely went to get help.
We're hurt. We need to get out of here.
And as they're going by, Wolf, you heard a little squeaky voice say, "That way, that way." And that's when they started moving away.
Where did he hear that from? What direction?
From back this way. I'm assuming you guys are down this passage a little ways. You've moved down the passage, and then that's when Nikolai heard the tramp behind you and told everybody.
So it's probably the same guys. It's probably the same dudes.
Then you heard from over, down this way, and then basically you rolled very well. So you hear the little voice say, "That way, that way." And then they tramp away.
You initially didn't differentiate where the noise came from.
Yeah,
so.
sorry.
It makes sense now. Sounds like one that flee grab reinforcements. The patrol's coming in from behind us now.
Yeah, Torn's just heading straight forward without waiting.
Okay.
Everyone pray this is right passage. Move on.
All right, you move along. And you go for a ways, and then the passage splits left or right.
Of course it does. Look for animal spores or rat droppings.
I'll let you make an animal handling with a -20 to see if it's kind of tough to find stuff here.
Torn,
there just isn't anything to give you any clue here.
Torn gets in the middle of where it goes left or right. He goes, and starts sucking on his thumb, and then puts it up and tries to see if he can figure out if there's any airflow coming from one way or another.
Okay.
Yeah, Nikolai would have definitely went up next to Andolph and asked him, and as well as grabbed his wrist. He's like, "Hold torch down this tunnel, down this one."
Let's see. Think about what that would be.
Awareness?
It might be.
If there's a way up or out with airflow,
Yeah, awareness, I suppose.
Okay. It doesn't matter, I'm awful.
Well,
The airflow comes from behind you, the way you went. It's just a very slight breeze. But you can tell that it kind of the flow is off to the right hand passage.
And he kind of turns around all happy with himself. I think we go this way, and he kind of points to the right. I think the wind is going this way.
Torin looks behind him, strains his ears, remembers the sound of footsteps. Just kind of like, fine then, we go that way.
Okay, you go that way for a little while. Let's see. Torin, make an awareness check for me again.
All right.
Ooh. You detect, as you're going by, a small passage that branches off to the right. Or you can continue on the main.
Torin stops and kind of, as his arms clutched across his belly, turns and he nods. Another passageway that way. Don't know. And he looks to Lucius.
Being a dwarf, I'll immediately search the passageway, see if there's any markings or anything that might stand out. Like warnings, markers,
Okay.
anything like that.
Sure. I'm going to call this a folklore check. To sort of knowing stuff like that.
Okay. Penalties or anything? Or...
No, just straight up. Yeah, you don't find any markings of any interest or that appear to be, man or made or otherwise.
Can you still feel the wind going that way?
I have a point. It didn't do my folklore. I have 10% in that.
It's weird. That is odd.
I still failed, but...
Yeah, but that is odd. It should have added it in. Folklore.
I have a -1 plague penalty. Does that take away 10?
No, that would just take away from the bonus, not from the roll. Interesting. I don't know. I'll have to look at that. There may be something wrong with the call in the macro.
Wrong attribute name.
Not the macro probably, but it's probably the
coding on the sheet.
in the sheet itself. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so
yeah, Torin looks at Lucius and shrugs and licks his thumb again and is trying to figure out.
Give me an awareness check. -10 this time.
3 times in a row.
Yes.
You betcha.
The airflow is faint, but continues the way you were going, not down that little side passage.
Yeah, Torin shakes his head. No. This way.
And we follow the winds.
My thumb. Follow my thumb.
The only part of my arm that works right now.
Yeah, right. It's right.
Yes. All right. You go for quite a ways, and you're starting to get quite tired. Do you stop, or are you going to press on and possibly increase your peril?
Stop for a little bit, but if we hear any noises, I think we go.
Okay.
Like any noises that suggest click clack behind us or in front of us.
Yeah, pause for a break, try to staunch the blood and head wrap Francis and leather bind, like grab his belt and try to bind his arm in a sling.
Okay. All right. You rest and get back some of your lost breath, and then continue on. In a little ways, you come again to kind of a major fork.
I look at Torin expectantly.
He looks at his thumb.
Use the thumb.
It's getting pruny.
And Lucius will and then put his thumb up and see if he can tell.
Okay. Yes. In fact, to the left, you feel that there is a stronger flow coming towards you of air.
We go to the left. The thumb does not lie.
All right. You guys You guys go to the left, and there is some clunking around, but you eventually come into a sort of a ruined chamber, and you're startled when a child kind of stands up, and at first you think it's a rat man, and you all sort of react appropriately, but it turns out that it's a kid, and then there's a man who kind of stands up next to the kid, and he kind of has what looks like a stick or staff, which he holds up and just kind of takes hold of the kid and starts to kind of back away.
Wait!
Does the kid look submissive and going along with the man?
Oh yeah. The kid looks scared.
Okay.
We mean no harm to you and yours?
And the man's kind of looking behind him and looking at you, and you see another man stand up behind him, and they just kind of look at you rather mutely.
We're looking for the way to get into the city. Is it this way?
They look at each other, and the one man that was holding the kid kind of points off to his right.
That way?
He just lowers his arm and doesn't say anything.
Yeah, Nikolai would be treating it like a hostile animal, hands out. Basically, it's like, it's okay. Like, we mean no harm. We just try to get out of here. Does you try to do the same?
They just, the kid just kind of turns and puts his arms around the man, like he's scared and wants you to go away.
Their clothing, maybe identify a nationality or culture?
They look like urchins, kind of like very, very poor city folk. And as your eyes kind of adjust, you kind of suddenly realize this chamber has a little bit of natural light coming in. And you can see a couple other people stand up from the shadows too, and just kind of look cautiously in your direction.
Are they pointed off to their right? That's good enough for me.
Yeah, they're not pointing anywhere. They're just all looking at you.
Yeah. Definitely warn them, point back the way we came. This is Skaven out in patrols. Best to stay quiet and hidden.
They curiously say nothing. They just look at you, and just sort of look guardedly at you.
Okay.
Let's go if they want to be rat food.
We cause no
And
trouble.
the way he was pointing, that seems to be the source of the natural light.
Yeah, Torn heads in that direction without speaking any longer.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And you come through, you wind through a little bit, you see there's a few more people in there, but it's lighter and lighter as you go. And Torin, a couple of you are natives of Talabheim, and you realize this must be the famous rat holes, where the poorest of the poor take up residence. And not too long after that, you come out into the light.
Yeah, but which part of the city, though? Talabheim or Talagard? Yeah.
Yeah.
It is Talabheim. You're most sure of it. The rat holes are in the city.
Yeah.
The Not Stewards is where we're at.
Thanks to my thumb, guys.
Yes, that was
Yeah,
the lucky thumb.
What a magnificent thumb.
Yes, and it is very, very early morning. The sun is just starting to appear in the sky, but still behind the crater in the east. So it's fairly dark, but there was enough light just to light up that chamber a bit. And you have made it through, and that is where we're gonna stop.
Yeah,
Sigma's blessings.
where do we have to get to, though? That's the question.
The hospital.
Yeah. Good answer.
My face is falling off.